onto his
He's a
lie
hero.
farm, and we've been pissing on his lies, and he's got one beautiful lie left in his farm, and we're all coming for it. And he's like, "You stay away from my lie."
I've been cultivating this lie for 2 years now.
You can't just take it away from me.
The gravy train's at risk. Oh no.
You're a
He thought he
liar.
had the Boogie 2988, the perfect lie.
I mean, I'm not even kidding. You could make a good movie out of his life at this point. It would be pretty funny.
People wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't believe
No,
that it's
they
based
wouldn't
off of
believe
a
it.
true story.
Yeah, this is clearly fiction.
They'd be like,
And then,
nah. This is like a novel some guy wrote.
And then they go to YouTube, it's like, shit, it's all there. You can watch it.
Wow, look at how deep no, they would just say that look, everyone's in on it. They got this actor and they've been
you'd
planning
have
this
to-
for so long.
You'd have to put a disclaimer at the beginning saying as well, this is based on true events, but we're not sure which ones are true because we've got no fucking idea with this guy.
They would say this story is based off of true claims.
Well, you can actually say, like, we've actually, drawn it down so that you could believe the story. It's like if we told the real one, you wouldn't buy it.
Well, that's what they said about the one guy, the soldier guy, the pacifist dude, right? Who rescued all the soldiers, right? Didn't they say that they had to tone it down in the movie they made about him, or else people might not believe it?
Hacksaw Ridge.
Matt Desmond Doss, he accomplished some insane things that even there have been instances like that in movies and TV shows where it's like, man, the thing that person accomplished is so crazy. You put it in a
No
film,
one would
people
believe it if we accurately portrayed it. So we're gonna have to tone it down.
I'm pretty sure Desmond. I think he got shot like 9 or 10 times before he was finished.
Damn, that's Scarface
he had
levels.
like crazy wounds.
That's right.
Injury.
Desmond is the Scarface of pacifism. It is true.
It's one of those ones where your friend turns to you and says, "That actually happened," and then you start Wikipedia and like, really? Oh my god, it did.
Did it?
Else,
It's the one time your friend's right when he says that. He's like, no, this really happened. This is a true story. I saw it on the internet. This one's real.
aspect of my life. Fuck you. Let me have one goddamn thing.
You're trying to tell me.
Let me have this one cancer.
Let me have cancer.
One cancer, right?
That really is closer to what he's actually thinking and feeling right now. He's like, just let me lie about it. It's been good. It's been fine.
Yeah.
Cancer.
Can you get your patient portal up on your 2 years of not being questioned about this? Come on now.
Look, I've made a minimal amount of money from this.
And like send it to Tommy.
I'm not going to. Sure,
he's never doing that. He does not have a cancer diagnosis. There's 0% chance he has one. You just said before that you don't have the money for extra medical stuff. If they don't need that test to confirm cancer, why would you spend extra money on a test that you don't need?
Have you heard of this, Destiny? I just got a bit of a windfall.
Why did he say that way after being skewered for taking advantage of his audience?
He says it
He's
so
now
proudly.
decided that he thinks that this is a time to brag about making money.
So weird.
It is weird, and look at how.
I don't know if you heard, but
like,
$3 million in my fatty coin moved the other day. So.
It's like he knows he's fucked, and he's just like, I need something to lash out with. Like, whatever. Like, I made a bit of money. That's it.
Yeah, but this one gets batted down pretty effectively.
Yes.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
You may have heard of it. We have. He did a $10,000 crypto scam using partly his cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans.
Look at that face.
Oh, interesting.
Tommy laughing immediately.
I want to join real quick.
To summarize, Jesse, you're basically saying he's kind of unlucky he doesn't have cancer.
I mean, for this particular case, yeah.
Now, to be specific on that, had he developed cancer in the 2 years of lying about it, it would at least appear on the portal. So then he could put that up and be like, see, had it the whole time. And then be like, not giving you anything else. But he still doesn't have it. So he still can't claim it. Which is what I think Tommy's getting at. Is like, you're unlucky you didn't develop it in those 2 years of lying, you piece of shit.
I mean, I wouldn't have put it past him to try and fake his medical diagnosis somehow.
That's I think
that up as well. And
Nick was mentioning that was the first probably the first plan, but he couldn't get it right. And besides, if that was found out, if he like badly faked it, ooh.
Boogie can confirm that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer. I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
Yeah, this is $5,000.
Which, by the way, is probably a plan from the get-go to corner him. He's fucked now.
The irony is, Destiny just found out that Boogie voted conservative, and now he believes he should just die. So,
oh damn!
Hey, he's offering the money to prove it. It would be the funny thing is
keeps going up as well.
I was going to say 5K is tiny compared to what it becomes.
But but eventually, goddamn.
When we've
eventually
seen what
something-
Boogie will do for 10K, and this is half that. So hey,
Well, also he gets a massive W, right? Like if he can just show it and it proves that he actually has it. That's a massive
I get a lot of
win.
money, and I get a W on Destiny. Like that's like cha-ching, cash that.
Mhm.
50. You're not seeing my medical.
$5
records.
grand.
I said this. I said this a year ago.
See, I feel bad because Tommy is still in the role of like, well, you were telling the truth about the cancers. Now you can get $5 grand. That's great. There you go. Like, go for it. It's like, hasn't settled in yet.
I just want people to remember in the future then, when Boogie says, I have to do XYZ scam to raise money because my medical bills are hurting so much, he can speak publicly about his medical issues to scam his fans to raise money, but he can't take $5,000 to privately confirm a diagnosis that he already
There you go. That's it.
It's a fundamental problem that like Boogie cannot overcome, no matter how much he tries to protest about like principle. It is a fundamentally irrational, illogical. It doesn't make sense to the core. You will talk about it publicly for financial benefit, but you won't just take money to prove it.
Yeah. You can't tout a principle out you've already broken many
Exactly.
times.
It just doesn't work.
You need to scam
doesn't make
anyone.
sense.
Just get it by showing them some letters on a fucking app or whatever it is.
Disney would never, Boogie would never betray his principles.
No.
That's not something he would do.
A man of integrity.
Boogie's a well-written character. This all checks out. This all checks out.
Even I have a fucking limit. If I hand this over, I don't get over.
You shared that you fuckers. You've done all this embarrassing stuff. You're lying.
Oh, there's plenty of things I haven't shared. There's plenty of things I haven't shared, but go right ahead. And it's so funny because I'm looking at my portal right now.
Are these clips going to be
are right there?
Don't worry, I'll do the comparison later, but yes, you got to enjoy all these clips in real time.
No, fuck you.
You're lying.
No, why
would you rather burn? Why won't you prove it? You're lying. You're fucking. I know you too well.
Same reason I told Jackson.
I know you too well. You're lying.
I'll send you photos from the fucking biopsy, baby.
What? Wait, whoa. Why would you do that and not just fucking?
It's such a he's such a bad liar. Like once I get proof of cancer, I'll give it to you. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's a really bad one. That one, like, oh, you don't want to show your medical stuff, but you will show like you actually show it. But again, it's too late.
Proof of death.
He's such a moron.
What Boogie would do that. Boogie would be someone to personally present his faked death certificate.
Like,
see, I'm dead. I can prove it.
See, holding the rest right now. You're guarding your medical records because they're sacred to you, and now I'll show you my other shit in the future.
Yeah, I've shown photos from my doctor's office.
I understand that, but you're telling us you can't do it now, and now you're saying you're like when the biopsy happens, then you're gonna show it. This makes no sense.
No, I'm saying I'll show photos of the biopsy, but I'm not going to show you the results.
I'll show photos of the biopsy. You see the lies? Like he has to roll it back to now where it just doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Showing us photos of a biopsy.
He would say like I won't show the
blob of flesh on like a lab table or something.
The blood on a
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the fuck this means. Could a doctor like write this down on some official documentation what this means? Because I don't know what this means.
He's gonna tweet a selfie with his doctor and then freak out on stream about how they doxed him after.
That's me. That's for
me. I'm gonna show you photos, but what's ridiculous?
My medical records are for me. He tells everybody his medical issues.
I'd rather just go ahead and leave the internet. I mean, I'll be honest.
No.
And see this was like, because the only option he has now is that if he exposes himself, he'll have to leave the internet because he lied about cancer.
Yes.
It's just like, oh fuck it, I'll just skip to the end.
And nobody has
you're
to believe it. I don't care. We are going to have another conversation with my doctor, and if I'm very confused here, I hope he'll clarify, but it won't do me any good anyway.
The doctor's.
I might be confused, but that won't do me any good. What?
I believe that you're confused, but that's because you're caught up in
I don't think he is confused at all. He's trying to, like, what's the best position to take that's not lying, but also that you don't have cancer? It's like, I'm confused.
That's what he's trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's why he's
what avenues have I left myself?
He's trying to sell, like, oh, I'm just confused. How's that sound? It's like, not good, Boogie.
welcome to an overtime Halloween episode of the Game Dungeon. Now, this was originally going to be something leading up to the big event, but we all got tricked this year, and we're getting a stand-in instead. You know, the great Groucho Marx grew up poor and told a story before about how his brother Chico was always gambling and pawning off things in the house to get more money. So even though he had a job at a paper factory, he never brought home any money because he was gambling it all away. So one day, his father said he better bring his salary home this week or he was gonna kill him. So when payday rolled around, Chico shows up in apprehension, and instead of his salary, shows up with toilet paper, a luxury they had never seen before. They used newspapers. So what I'm trying to say here is this episode is toilet paper. The show got TP'd for Halloween. This was originally going to be part of the sampler pack, but it just sort of grew into its own episode. And if this isn't the perfect title for this situation, Death's Hangover. So with that, welcome to the Halloween Hangover episode. Death has a hangover, a really bad one. Bastard Dracula has stolen souls. Only 2 dead morons can bring them back. If they fail, Death will kill them again as they enter Bastard Dracula's castle. I'm not sure our intro really explained what's happening, but it tried. Alright, new game, let's go. This is a breakout game, but we have a plot and story progression and a Castlevania theme going on here. Works for me. I also want to mention I got this on sale for 50 cents. The market has to be bloodthirsty for that kind of price. Okay, let's begin. I'm alive again. Time to fight evil. I wonder why Death chose these bodies, though. Yeah, so our protagonists are resurrected as women. This is kind of weird, but whatever. Our developer obviously has some sort of vision here. Anyway, what I find more interesting is that the ball is the dumb guy rolling around inside a shell. I'm a fan of using your sidekicks as projectiles.
Little wooden boy, you take that one!
Get help! Please! My brother's dying! Get help! Help him!
Yeah, that doesn't get old with me. So we're off to a good start. The first few levels are essentially tutorials. Bash blocks, bash enemies, get power-ups. It's your standard breakout or Arkanoid gameplay. Before the boss, though, we get cutscenes. Look, Andy, I'm Batgirl. Bats are stupid. Yeah, bash stupid. And here's the boss. It's a bat. And I was forgetting to use my power-up, so I did this the hard way. Die, bat. Yes, this game understands how to end the boss fight. And this level fanfare music at the end sounds really familiar to me. I'm thinking it's really similar to either a Super Nintendo or an arcade game, but I can't place it. And on we go, now to the sewers. Okay, I think what happened here is the developer was worried that making this a breakout game and gender swapping the heroes wasn't enough to distinguish it from Castlevania. So there was a brainstorming session. What do we have that Castlevania doesn't? I've got it. Barrels and barrels of shit. So I guess this makes the second game on the show to be overflowing with shit. I don't plan for this to be a trend, I promise. It just happens. I wouldn't want to meet the monster that made those shits. Yeah, they're bigger than a man by the looks of things. I do like how the flow of sewage changes the trajectory of the ball a little bit. I appreciate details like that. Anyway, we continue onward, and it's really nothing you haven't seen before, just more barrels of shit. That's gonna be a shitty job, packing the shit into the barrels. Actually, why would they even do that? Did you know there's an accessory coming out for VR to simulate smells in games? No thank you. Oh look, another room of shit. Well, you know what to do. Death told me there's a shit monster ahead. A shit monster. He must be real shit. I feel like now's a good time to just stop and reflect on your life choices. I don't know, I just suddenly had that feeling. And it's a shit monster. I'd say it's pretty par for the course, all things considered. Okay, time for a power-up. Boom! Yeah, keep out, just in case people decide to wander in here. You really stank that place up. Good job, boys. Yeah, hard work is its own reward, huh? Okay, next it's on to the pervert monks. They don't say why they're perverted, but you know, a story doesn't have to answer every question. It's just a bunch of cultists and fireballs. I want to be a pervert monk too. Bob would make a good cult follower. I'd let him join. Anyway, we fight a giant summoned head. It awakens. Damn. And the plot twist is it was really a reptilian thing. Alright, off we go. From here, it's more of the same, with just a different theme for each level. I do like how the crematorium has breaking up piles of bodies to carve a path to the exit. We could use more of this sort of thing. For our boss, we get the world maggot from Guar. Now, I'm okay at breakout games, but I make mistakes. When you run out of lives, you get a chance to spin the wheel and use souls you've collected for a power-up. I feel like I should get more for my souls, but you know, it's a buyer's market. Next, we trudge through a sorceress turning people to stone, and a library infested by spiders. And the game is getting harder, but look at this. These spiders block things off for you. What was I supposed to do here? If I lose the ball, I die. If I go for the ball, I die. I had a close save like this earlier. This is happening more than I'd like. Next up are the castle ramparts, where you can send the ball over the edge. Again, what was I supposed to do here? Oh, come on! See, here's my issue with this game. It's kind of old school in its design. This is an ancient concept of video games, but some power-ups just help you, others completely